friends, I'm back again, and this time we're talking about nutrition. Listen, I am not a registered dietitian. I also have been in a lot of environments with disordered eating. Please take everything I'm saying today in support of your journey. If you have further questions, I encourage you to be in touch with a registered dietitian who can walk with you more closely in these details. This is going to be a lot of information for some of us because there's so many things we need to pay attention to when it comes to our bodies and the way we fuel our bodies. Many times when considering changing our diets, we're considering, should I be counting calories? Should I be counting macros? Should I do serving sizes? What is this intuitive eating thing? You may also have confusion about which diet to go with. I know you don't want to hear this, but what works for someone else may not work for you. As I've been on the journey to weight management and better mobility, there have been a lot of things to consider regarding my nutrition. And it all boils down to satisfaction and manageability. So when I'm considering weight loss, something that's easy for me, I like to go with research-based numbers. That means I need to know a lot about food and a lot about my body. If you go back to part 2 in my journey, I talk a little bit about 3 basic number concepts. One is your basal metabolic rate. That's how many calories your body burns at rest. 2 is a calorie deficit. And 3 is the body mass index. When I'm talking to anyone about their weight, also consider that I am talking about a cumulative view of your body. That's your organs, that's your water weight, that's muscles and bones and tendons. There's essential fat, there's subcutaneous fat, there's visceral fat. Just looking at the number on the scale and saying you want to reduce that can mean powerful things for the better and worse for your whole body. The calorie method for me helps me to know about how much I'm balancing out what I'm eating with how much my body needs. That said, just like the number on a scale is a cumulative view of your entire body's processes, the same thing with a calorie. The calorie is how much energy it takes to burn what we're eating. What we're eating is more important than the calories themselves. We want to be sure that we're getting the basics in our diet. What I mean is that we're getting protein, fiber, fat, and carbohydrates. We also want to be sure that we're staying hydrated throughout the day. I also have a fear of hunger. I hate feeling hungry. To me, there's a lot of gray when somebody says they're eating in moderation. As I've gotten older, I've struggled with being satisfied with what are the recommended portion sizes. Something I've learned is that many of us just need more food to feel full. So it's important for me to eat for hunger prevention. Some of what that will include for me is how frequently I eat, the kinds of foods I eat, and replacing food rather than removing it entirely. I say all this because there's so much confusion around what we should be eating, and the standard American diet has really gotten out of whack. The wellness community really does not make it any better. I feel the most satisfied when I'm eating a protein and fiber-rich diet. Research shows that eating protein will offer more satisfied feeling because of our hormone response to the protein. Also, with eating fiber, meaning fruits and vegetables, you can feel full with eating calorically less food. That means that you could eat a greater volume of fruits and vegetables and have fewer calories consumed. And that's where stomach volume comes in. I can eat some good protein, plenty of fiber, and feel full. Usually when I have protein, it's usually cooked protein, and I usually cook it with olive oil or coconut oil. So I'm getting my fat in as well. And then carbs are usually naturally a part of my fiber sources, my fruits, my vegetables, whole grains, or beans. Also, the water content in the fiber sources will help us feel full. These foods also are going to help us regulate our blood sugar during the day so that we're not taking deep dives or steep climbs in our blood sugar at any moment. All of this helps with hunger. It's important when eating a diet like this, when you're focusing on your protein and your fiber, to get enough calories to sustain your energy throughout the day. With this protein and fiber focus, I actually call it protein and produce. I really want to concentrate on satisfaction through the day. I eat very frequently. I'm also eating straight from the ground. The way I teach it to my older children is that we want to eat something from an animal, something from the ground at every single meal. If you're vegan or vegetarian, you just want to be very sure that you're getting good protein sources at every single meal. I also have a couple other mindsets that I use with food. One is that food is medicine. I want to be constantly aware that what I'm taking in affects my body and how it functions. The other idea is that I don't want to deprive myself. So I really want to concentrate on replacing rather than removing food. What's really important is that we learn to use food to take care of ourselves. So I hope you hear that any diet is a great diet as long as you're getting your nutritional needs. I'm here in my kitchen. I'm getting some protein and some fiber with my yogurt and my fruit. And this is just one example of my snacking during the day. I like any version of protein and produce, whether it's meat and vegetables or eggs and fruit. If you're considering changing your diet, it's really important to talk to someone like a registered dietitian. Be sure to check your insurance and see who is in network for you. I didn't talk much about food sources, like whether it be organic or non-GMO. So much of our food as Americans is ultra processed. Ultra processed means that it's not just processed from the original, but it's processed again into something different. So like Doritos. Awesome Doritos, but really low nutritional quality. My rule of thumb is that if I'm gonna go for Doritos, I wanna first have eaten something from an animal, something from the ground, then maybe some Doritos mixed in. But I'm not going for the full bag of Doritos. Whew, that was good. If this video has helped you today, please give a like and subscribe. Please share it with a friend. I'd love to hear in the comments what you're working on with your diet, what's worked, what hasn't worked, and if you have any questions. Please also take a moment to consider joining the upcoming Body Habit Rescue cohort, and I will leave links in the description below. Take care, friends. Today is always a great day to eat.